Yeah, I'm fine, Terry. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Good. Mate, good to be chatting with you. Another Liverpool supporter, fellow Liverpool writer.
Yeah, and you. I say when I got in touch with you, well, I knew your surname was famous anyway with Liverpool. So I didn't know what you was.
Yeah, not many people know that these days. It's been, it was back in the 60s, 60 years ago? What the hell?
Yeah, and then he's joined Brighton, of course.
That's right, yeah.
I remember that was right. I must have been about 12 or 13 when he beat us in the Bramfield. I think Jimmy Case got the winner, didn't
he? Yeah, he did actually. I was there at that game. They knocked us out, didn't he, the FA Cup, and then they went to the final against Man United.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was a big upset, that wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You just mentioned theatre. Did you go to LIPA, the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts?
No, but I've got a connection with LIPA.
Yeah.
I was started writing. I had a friend who was a teacher at LIPA.
Oh yeah.
And I met him at a wedding once, and what he used to do, he used to write. He's got a student group. He used to put a play on every summer.
Yeah.
And he got too many students and not enough parts, so he asked me would I go in with him and write a few extra parts, a few extra scenes and stuff like that. So that's how I got into writing.
Yeah.
And every year, like I say, we did production, and a lot of my scenes were added and new characters, like old plays, you know what I mean? But I put extra scenes in.
Brilliant.
And then I think a few months after that, I thought, I'll give it a go myself, writing the play.
Yeah.
I was giving them all my best material. And so I wrote the play. It was a comedy.
Yeah.
We're going back about 10, 11 years now.
Yeah.
And sent it off to a few small theatres in Liverpool. Anyway, Pauline Daniels got hold of it, and she gave me a call. And she wanted to direct it, so that's how we started. I'm still friends with Pauline. Keep in touch with Pauline, but that's how it started. Then after that, I wasn't going to write a book, got the next one.
Yeah. Have you got any other connections with any other Liverpool writers like Nicky Holtz? He's had a couple of novels out and he's always got something going on the go on the Playhouse. Not the Playhouse, the World Code.
Yeah, I keep in touch with Nicky. He's got a few, he sent me a link today. He's got a new book out about on the terraces.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he's given me some advice in the past and stuff like that. I think he's read me book and all that.
Yeah.
But he's given me a lot of advice in the past about when I was writing plays, what to do with it, where to send it, and the thing. So yeah.
Great contact.
Yeah, take care. He's another one, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Take care, take care. That's all you see on the Royal Court, and it's that's either take care or Nicky Holtz.
Blow up the Maisie and things.
Yeah, good, like, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. The book itself, this Western Nowhere.
Yeah.
When did you start writing this? This was published, 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah, about 19 months it's coming to now. It was just one day in work, I was in work one day, and it's like I say already, I always wanted to write a book, and I got this idea in my head. I think I just watched the Whistle Down the Wind.
Oh yeah. Everything is Jesus in the barn.
Yeah. And I just love the vulnerability of kids, when you tell them something and they believe it.
The innocence.
That innocence. So I kind of had a few memories back to my childhood and things like that.
Yeah.
And I just got this idea in my head about these two kids in a scrapyard.
Yeah.
Trying to build a time machine, and we sneak back one night into the scrapyard, into a car, and we plug it into the cigarette machine, cigarette lighter, but obviously it doesn't work. But we end up finding a bottle of brandy in one of the cars, and he ends up getting drunk and stuff. And when they wake up, them in the car are in the middle of woodlands, so they presume that the time machines work. Now, I won't give too much away.
Okay, no spoilers.
There could be sinister reasons why it's there. Along the way, we meet a lot of funny characters, you know what I mean? But that's how I got the idea. It took me about 4 or 5 years maybe to write it. Because it's hard when you're working, Terry,
Yeah.
Come home with notes, bits of paper and stuff like that. It's really tough. But,
well, you can lose time, can't you? Like I've started writing sometimes like 8 in the morning, and you find it's like 8 o'clock at night. Time just goes nowhere when you get into the groove.
Yeah. I say I wake up with the nights, and it's a bit easier now because you used to have scrap of paper. by your bed. But now you've got your phone now, so you got to get an idea in the head and typing on your phone. And because you know yourself, if you think of an idea and go to sleep, you forgot it. You've got no time. So So I wrote the book, got it, sent it off to a few publishers. I did get an offer from London, but he wanted to change the location.
Yeah.
You know, I told him to make it more, but I thought, no, it's about Liverpool. You know,
it is. The quick look I've had, it's proper Liverpool dialogue, and it's all, I don't like the Liverpool characters, and there's a certain sense of humour, you know, from Liverpool. We're from the northwest already, sort of seaside town, you know, Glasgow, Newcastle, similar type. Yeah,
I mean, I tried to put the dialect in the book. I didn't want to make it too confused. I don't even ever read Train Spotting.
Yeah, Evan Welsh. Yeah,
that's hard to follow that. You know what I mean? But all I kind of did was knock the G off. Like, stuff like that. So it's not too hard to follow, but you know it's Scousers talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tried to do that, and to be honest, I thought I hope it didn't spoil it. You know, for people, but I've had reviews from Australia and America and Canada. Yeah. Cracking reviews.
I've seen them. Yeah.
It got into the dialect of the and to get reviews from people you don't know from Canada and Australia, it's fantastic. You know what I mean? I've had some brilliant reviews.
You've had 87 reviews, which is absolutely superb.
Yeah. I mean, I think what else? Sean Styles.
Been on there.
So I've done an interview with Sean Styles. There was a Keith Fielding out in FM. He's my fella Keith, for done an interview on his station. And like I say, I know Paulie Daniels, he was on at Liverpool 24/7. It was like a new radio station. And she invited me on, and I've done about half an hour on there as well. So that kind of helps. You know, getting it out there. I check eventually I got it published on Amazon KDP. So I kind of check every few weeks. I'll check to see what sales are like, and ups and outs. I've had 18 months. I've had sales every single month for 18 months. You know, sort of better than others, but you know, to keep it selling for the first time. It's not published. You know, it's not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's encouraged you to do more, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's you know, I haven't got much money to do a big advertising campaign, so you can't rely on Facebook groups, book club, and all that. But you join a Facebook book club, but you're not allowed to advertise. You know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have to sneak it in somehow, weird it so it's don't you know.
I must have been banned from about 5
weeks. I'm glad you said that. I keep getting mad. I got one last night.
Yeah, you know, but if someone says to me, has anyone got a coming of age story? I want to, you know, so speak it in that way. Sometimes I get away with it, sometimes I don't, but, you know, I've got a few sales like that, so I'll keep trying. I must be a member about 50 groups.
Well, these chats that I've been doing, I've been sneaking them into different groups under the headline, you know, here's a screenwriter giving advice about how to write a screenplay. And obviously, you know, it's advertising this channel and things, and my book's sort of on the back end of that. But I found that I've had more sales from Facebook. Twitter really doesn't come into it. I don't think I've got a decent amount of followers on there, but I don't think I've made many book sales on Twitter.
No, I find I've only just joined Twitter, and I find it easier on Facebook. I think you engage more on Facebook, don't you? I found it difficult. You know, I put my opening line on my Twitter, and but you get people going past it, but it's so competitive, you know what I mean? I don't blame people for scrolling past it or going past it, but you know, that's why I tried to get a catchy cover. I've got a few friends on
who did the cover? Cover's superb. I've got it behind me now, the little boy in the woods looking a bit lost there.
It was a friend of mine who used to work in St. Helens. He's a brilliant artist, and I got in touch with him. He's done a few drawings for me. And I got in touch with Roger and said, listen, I'm writing this book and I want to catchy cover. He said, all right, you know, I've had people ask me before. He said, send me a copy of the manuscript. He said, if it's any good, I'll give you a copy. He said, if it's rubbish, I don't want my name on it. Anyway, a couple of weeks, well, less than a week, he read it in less than a week, and he said, Dave, absolutely brilliant, I loved it. He said, I'm in. He said, oh, what do you want? I said, well, I've got this vision of the two lads sitting on the car at the end of the woods, and like the silhouettes kind of thing, you know what I mean? He's done the artwork for us, Roger, and as you know from this conversation, I'm not very good with technology on laptops, so he helped me put it on KGB and stuff like that, you know, because you have to download it up to the Kindle app. So one on Kindle, one on paperback. So he helped me with all that. He's brilliant.
Have you had to look at the hardback? You've got the Kindle and the paperback at the minute. You're looking at the hardback version?
Yeah, I got an email the other day and he said they're bringing the hardback version out. I'm going to look at. Is it easy to do that?
It's that easy. It's the same format for the novel itself, for the text, but the size of what I try to do is it's a bigger cover. So you need a big edit on the cover itself. I try to use the original by stretching it. But Kindle's, Amazon is a pain in the arse, really is, you know, to get there. I don't know, they've always come back with, you know, something's wrong or the spine's not wide enough. So I'm waiting for the guy who did my cover for him to get back to me with that. But that's all it is. It's just a matter of changing your cover and putting a new ISBN number, which Amazon provides you with anyway.
Oh, you have to have a new ISBN,
But when you put it into Amazon system, it'll say, right, you know, here's your new ISBN. So you just change that on the text, you know, from the paperback version. But that's simple.
Yeah, I mean, simple. I'll probably get up. I looked at, like you say, I got an email the other day about that. I'd love to have a copy. It's like to keep, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a real book. But you know what? You got more chance of libraries bringing it in as well, and obviously there's more royalties as well coming with the hardback.
Yeah, there's little I'm not far from Great Ormond Street, you know, the Lazy Market and stuff like that.
I know, yeah.
There's a fella with a bookstore on there. I'm thinking of taking a few of my books down, you know, and a little poster for them, so you know, it gets people interested. You can sell a few copies for us, you know what I mean?
It gets your name out there as well, doesn't it? You know, one sitting on the stand, people walking past, you know, the scene, you know, David Chesworth novel.
Yeah, I think it's the reviews as well, isn't it? You know, I've had loads of people say, brilliant book, but you don't like the review, you know what I mean? And
I know. That's the hard bit, isn't it?
Terrible pestering them, saying you don't like but, you know, like you say, getting reviews from all over the world, it's fantastic. It's a great feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Call yourself an author then.
I'm still getting coming up to 2 years now. And I'm still getting reviews and I'm still getting sales. So.
Keeping it fresh. Have you had a look at the audiobook version? You had a look at that?
I don't, like I say, I don't know. I didn't even know they had that option available. You do the voice for, you know? Would you have to...
You've got two choices. You can pay if you get you can get Stephen Fry to come and read it if you've got £500,000 to pay him. You've got two choices. Amazon are linked with another company called Audible, and you've got a royalty where you pay the producer, the narrator, to read your book. It costs you roughly about £4,000, I think, is about the going rate. But your book, I think it's about 80,000 words, is it, something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So that would be roughly about 7 hours on audio. So you can pay someone up front, they'll create it for you, and then you get 40% royalties. And the audiobooks, they sell for about £16 each. Or what you can do is a royalty share. You can sort of advertise at an Audible. It's all linked with Amazon anyway. There's a couple of links where you don't pay anything up front, but the narrator, you go 20% each for you and the narrator. In a way, that's better, because if you've got a narrator, they're going to help publicise and promote the book themselves because it's in their interest.
In their interest to sell as many as you can, isn't it? Yeah.
Of course, and it won't cost you anything.
Yeah, I've looked at. It's very. I've got no complaints with Amazon. I think they've been brilliant. You know what I mean? It is. That's professional. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't mind Stephen Graham doing me.
If you can get hold of him, I keep sending him messages. Stephen. He's got that many followers. He's in everything these days, isn't he? Films and television. Well, do you know what? There's a brilliant line on the opening page. I just want to read it out. Absolutely. The kid that's talking about the dad's scrapyard, as though it's a blot on the landscape there on the Mersey, you know, the skyline. And he said an American described the scrapyard as like a hemorrhoid popping out of a cute girl's ass. That's brilliant. If you don't mind, I'm going to pinch that or borrow it off you.
Yeah, you can have it. I mean, I get all the lines from my locals at 12 Man in Anfield, and there's some funny people in there.
Yeah.
And they'll say something, and I'll say, what's that? And you think, I'm going to have that for your next book. I'm in the middle of writing my second one now.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. Is it a sequel or is it totally different?
No, it's totally different. It's a girl and it's set in North Wales. Because I like to see, you know, my memories as a kid. We always used to go to the Robin Hood camp.
You're saying it in Rill,
Yeah, so we always used to go there, my mum and dad and the 4 kids, you know. So I've got a lot of experience in holiday parks and stuff like that. So I thought I want to set the next one there.
Yeah.
We'll come up with the idea that I've got this girl. She's going to be a teen eternity visa.
Oh yeah.
She's going to work for 6 weeks in this holiday camp. So she's got there's an Elvis tribute act, Roy Orbison and Barry White.
Yeah.
They're the main stars. And her mum used to work there as a cleaner 20 odd years ago, so you know what's happening.
Yeah.
She's got up at that. So she kind of, it's kind of in the shade, there's all the sense of humour in it. It's
like black humour.
Yeah, and there's Barry White, and I say Roy Orbison. So it's just about this girl who's looking for a dad. Her mum's died, but she's left a picture, she's left a photograph of these three. And on the back, Lisa's dad. So she's trying to find out which one's her dad. You know what I mean? So there's loads of comedy in it. I like writing where I like people to have a good laugh, and I like them to have time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How far into it are you? How many words have you written, or just still in your head?
I'm about just over halfway through it now.
Yeah,
so it's coming along nicely. The thing is, Terry, I know, like me first, I won't start writing it until I know what's going to happen at the end.
Yeah.
So I know exactly how I want it to end.
Yeah.
So I won't start. I don't like writing where I don't know where it's going, because sometimes you can add extra chapters and it's just going on and on and on.
Yeah.
So I always like to know where it's going to end before I start writing, and I know exactly where this one's going to go. So I'm about halfway through it now.
Yeah.
But I keep getting people who've read me first ones, and when's your second one coming out? When's your second one? Have you nearly finished it yet? And stuff like that. But if it didn't work, it'd be done now. But
yeah, I get the same thing. Yeah, I like to have bullet points for everything, what's going to happen in the chapter. But sometimes the characters will sort of, if you get in that groove where the writing's going really well and sort of you're writing subconsciously, a character will sometimes take over. And you try and tell people this who don't write, they look at you as if you're a bit insane. As though your characters come alive and doing the things that they want to do.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, sometimes you have great days where you can write a good few pages, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, most of my characters, I think I take a little bit from friends or people I've met or stuff like that, I'd say about halfway through, so get a little bit more time, and like you were saying with the bullet points, for each chapter, I'll write down a few lines of what's going to happen in that chapter, so I know exactly what I'm writing about. So I've finished the chapter this weekend, so I know my next chapter, I've got I'll just go to my notes and I know what I'm writing about, using that scene kind of thing. I think that helps as well, you know what I mean?
Have you tried other formats? I know you're involved in writing the theatre stuff. Have you tried maybe doing a screenplay, the first novel? Well,
it's funny enough, when I was with Paulie's on an interview with Paulie on Liverpool Live 24/7, I bumped into a fella, Colin McHugh.
Oh yeah.
And he owns that LA Productions, like in Kirkdale.
Oh yeah.
Westminster Road.
Yeah, the film studio, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's done that. He's done a few local stuff. We work a lot with Jimmy McGovern and like that. So he told me to send a few copies in to his, to have, he wants to have a little read. It's called people who work for him to have a little read. But I thought about writing a screenplay for it, but I want to get my second book finished first, and then I wrote a play. So I wrote a book, and I think the next, write a screenplay, you know what I mean? But I love it. I love writing, love reading it. Great, you know what I mean? It's a great release,
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Do you know a lot of people? Did you get people saying, "Oh, I could write a book. I've got an idea for a book in my head."
Yeah.
And you say to them, well, you can't tap a desk with an idea. You can with 50 pieces of paper that you've written down.
I think a lot of people who think you can write a book, but you'd say it's finished after 50 pages. I want to finish it. You know what I mean? It's different with a screenplay because it's just mainly dialogue. When I wrote the play, it was just dialogue. You know what I mean? There was a few like subtexts, walks from the living room kind of thing, but most of it's just dialogue, and that's not too bad. But when you write a book, you've got to describe where they are, and the face expressions and the smells and the sounds and stuff like that. And that's what takes up a lot of pages. And I think that's where people get stuck. They're all right with dialogue, but it's grand, it's hard, you know what I mean? It takes up a lot of your proof, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does indeed. It is good that you can you can see it then, can't you? You can see just, it's not like beyond you. You can see that target, that milestone, and you feel as though you've achieved something.
Yeah, it's a great. When I finished it, and I went into print, and I got an email from Amazon saying the book's available for sale.
You're delighted.
It was a great feeling.
Yeah.
Getting your first royalties, money and stuff like that. And we're still, like you say, I'm still getting it. We get royalties every month, and it's. I think I think someone said that you'd be lucky to sell 200 books.
Yeah.
When you self-publish.
Yeah.
It must be well over 500 now.
I've read somewhere that is the average, of every indie public, they sell just 200 copies and that's it.
You'd be lucky, and that's kind of friends and family. So when I get a review from someone abroad or that I don't know, a complete stranger on Goodreads or Amazon, it's a great feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It gives you that encouragement, doesn't it, to carry on and do more?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I got one from one girl in Canada. It was on Goodreads. She's posted on Goodreads, and she sent me a picture of her bookcase, and she must have had about 2,500 books. Yeah. And to take mine and to give it 4-star rate, said it was absolutely brilliant. I looked at this from Canada. And she said it's that good, I've read it again. And I don't know the girl. Yeah. She said, I got in touch with her and I said, where did you hear me? She said someone recommended it on a Facebook club. Yeah. I thought to myself, that was probably me. I got fans.
Did you know what I struggled with, David? When I was writing my book, I kept thinking, is this any good? I was asking mates, and they was, oh yeah, it's great. And they're only saying that because they're my mate. It's only when you get them first reviews coming in from strangers, as you say, that you think, hang on a minute, it mustn't be that bad then, really.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, you've got your friends, a lot of your friends who say, oh, it's brilliant, that, what I mean? Yeah. And they probably are telling you the truth. Yeah. But you've always got that doubt,
exactly.
So, that's what you say, Terry. I think when you get one off a complete stranger and you don't know that, and you give it a lovely review, they're the best ones for me.
Yeah, it makes it worthwhile.
Definitely have a as well, yeah.
All right. What I'll do as well, I'll at the end of the video, I'll put a link to your book on there. Is there anything else you think I should put a link to that would be helpful? Maybe I'll say, please leave a review or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest one on Goodreads or Amazon. Sometimes it's difficult on Amazon. I've got a few people who said I tried to put a review on Amazon, but they wouldn't let me because you haven't spent so much.
Do you know what? I've had people saying that 40 quid, I think, isn't it? Something like that. You need to have spent.
Yeah, you have to have an account with them or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you said I tried to put a review on, but you wouldn't let me show it. I always say, well, if you can't do it on Amazon, put it on Goodreads for me. So I've got the book on Goodreads as well.
Yeah.
You just need a little be all right.
Yeah, no,
I've just I've ordered your book, Terry. I'm looking for.
I've got yours. Yeah.
I've ordered yours on Amazon there. I love there's another fella forget his name, and I'm going to get it from Mum because she's from Carston.
Jack Byrne, it'll be. Jack Byrne, Under the Bridge. Yep, chatted to him. Yeah, I read that before it came out. And in a little way, I sort of helped him getting that with the publisher. We were chatting to each other all the time on Twitter. And I said to him, my book's under consideration with this publisher. Why don't you give them a go as well? And they knocked me back and took his on as their first sort of debut launch.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to get it.
Great book.
My mum was brought up under the bridge. I was born there, under the bridge in Carston. So I'm going to get a copy for you. So I've got your book, and there's another lad, Dan. I forget his name, Dan.
Yeah.
He sent me a link to the school author. The boy in a well, it's called.
Yeah.
Look that one up, Dan Clark.
Oh, do you know what? Paddy put me in touch with him as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dan Clark, I think.
Yeah, got him. Yeah.
I've got your one. But Under the Bridge, I've got The Boy in a Well also as well. Yeah. But what you're saying, if you're I'm looking forward more to yours because I love coming of age stories. Mine's kind of got an 80s vibe to it, and yours got a 70s. I was born in the 70s. But and, when I was like 10, 11, which is I basically do got 11-year-olds, so I was in my like 1980s, so mine's got kind of stuff from the 80s. There's a little bit of football stuff in there. 1984 and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading yours.
Likewise, David, I started reading yours on Amazon now. I clicked on the link before for the Kindle version. I've got a pile of about 20 books. I know for a fact that I won't be able to. When I'm in work with the Kindle, I can sort of read that on the sly as well, or sit in the car and have a read.
I've had a few people, I won't spoil the ending, but going mad at me at the ending as well. So in a good way, so but I won't spoil it for you.
Okay, well, people have to read the books to find that.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, well, David, I really enjoyed chatting to you, mate. So we'll do it again.
Yeah, definitely. Like say, you give me that little push now to get my second book first, you know what I mean? So I'll definitely get stuff in.
Brilliant.
But, and when I read your book, I'll give you a call, Sally.
All right, nice one.
I'll leave a review on Amazon and good reads for you.
I'll do exactly the same.
Because I love coming about stories.
All right.
Very much,
no problem. Well, let's keep in touch on Twitter, and I'll join you as well on Facebook. And we can, I won't ban any talk of your book on there.
Yeah, you can get banned from book club like me. If anyone asks for the coming of age story, I've got mine and yours to recommend now, haven't I?
We'll both get banned together. Yeah.
Banned together,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Well, you take care, mate. I'd say it's been great chatting with you.
Thanks very much. So yours is the next week. I'm just finishing a book now, and yours is my next week. So I'll definitely be in touch with you.
All right, yeah.
All right. It'll be an honest one as well. I'm sure I'll love it.
Great.
All right,
I'm looking forward to yours. All right. Thanks, David. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Ta-ra.